StadiumDB.com presents Never Built Premier League Stadiums. Hello! According to many, the Premier League is the best football league in the world. Although the atmosphere of 20th century English football can still be felt in some grounds, something is happening all the time in terms of stadiums, including new designs being created. Today we will focus on those projects that have not come to fruition. We take a closer look at 10 clubs whose projects never turned into stadiums. And we will start with Craven Cottage, capacity 30,000, Fulham FC. The stadium was designed decades ago by Britain's most famous architect specializing in sport architecture, Archibald Leach. Presented in 2011, the vision you now see was to expand the existing stadium with a new west stand, with the dams flowing behind it. This part of the stadium was to house the bulk of the stadium's commercial facilities. After the change in ownership, a new design for the same stand was prepared by Populars. Bushey Hall Stadium, capacity 33,000, Watford FC. In 2020, renderings of a new stadium which would stand on the site of Bushey Hall Golf Club appeared in the media. This was one of the options being explored, but later reports were less enthusiastic, and now it looks like the concept will not go ahead. Portsmouth Dockland Stadium, capacity 36,000, Portsmouth FC. In 2007, Herzog and de Meuron presented a design for a new stadium for Portsmouth FC to be built on the waterfront. Alongside the stadium, there were plans to build 1,500 flats plus offices or commercial space. The economic crisis of 2008 put an end to these plans. It's hard to believe now, but in 2007, under owner Alexandre Gaidamak, Portsmouth had plans to reach the Big Four, conquer the European Cups, and only seemed to need a new stadium. New Queen's Park, capacity 40,000, Queen's Park Rangers. The stadium was to be built more than 2 kilometers north of Loftus Road. The owner of the land on which the venue was planned said, "We own the land and we want to build something here. I am rich enough not to need their money." St Mary's Stadium, capacity 50,000, Southampton FC. Prior to 2012-13 season, pass renewers were given DVDs that features images of the stadium with the caption, "Our future?" The club later announced that it had no plans to expand the facility. 5 stadiums are behind us, but the most interesting is yet to come, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so. Kirkby Stadium, capacity 50,401, Everton FC. In 2006, there was a plan to build a new stadium in Kirkby, a northeastern suburb of Liverpool, where the facility was to be built along their Tesco supermarket and an entire shopping centre. The project was opposed by the UK government in 2009. Concerns were then expressed about the possible detrimental impact on the vitality and viability of local communities. But it was 6 years earlier that the first concept was proposed, a new stadium for Everton at King's Dock. The project was abandoned because funding could not be secured. Also later in 2015, Everton invited well-known design studios to create a vision for a new stadium, also for 50,000 spectators at Walton Hall Park. However, it ended only with renderings. Leazes Park Stadium, capacity 55,000, Newcastle United. St James's Park already held 60,000 spectators in 1905. Later standing sections were steadily converted to seats. Therefore, in 1995, a project was conceived for a new, larger stadium to be built right next door at Leazes Park. The idea was abandoned and the expansion of St James's Park proceeded instead. New Tottenham Stadium, capacity 56,250, Tottenham Hotspur. The first design for a new stadium for Tottenham Hotspur FC prepared by KSS Design Group, was shown in 2008. Seats were to be located much closer to the pitch than in other stadiums of comparable size, and the roof profile and closed corners were to ensure that the acoustics of the venue would be very favourable for cheering fans. Ultimately, however, Tottenham's new stadium was built according to the Populous concept from 2015. Spurs fans have no right to complain about that, given how their stadium presents itself. Stamford Bridge, capacity 60,000, Chelsea FC. The project was conceived in 2015 but was put on hold due to unfavourable business circumstances. Following Abramovich's sale of the club, speculation about redeveloping the stadium or building the facility in a different location came to life. Whatever happens in this regard in the future, it looks like the design from Herzog and de Meuron can probably already be considered outdated. Also notable is the project to build the stadium at Battersea Power Station, a decommissioned coal-fired power station. In creating a stadium, we would like to preserve the chimneys and wash towers, as well as the West Turbine Hall and control room, the club wrote in a statement at the time. Stanley Park Stadium, capacity 73,000, Liverpool FC. After the purchase of Liverpool FC by Americans Hicks and Gillett, a concept for a stadium at Stanley Park was developed, a futuristic one prepared by HKS architects. The project also included plans for a club shop, museum, community partnership centre, conference and banqueting centre, parking for 970 cars, and Anfield Plaza shopping centre. Interestingly, the first idea for a new stadium for Liverpool FC was conceived at the turn of the 20th century. The most important of the aims was to create a single-tier stand for the Kop. In January 2008, AFL presented Liverpool FC with another redesign of their 60,000 capacity stadium. This was dubbed New Generation Anfield and would seat 73,000 fans, with 18,500 in a single-tiered Kop, similar to the HKS capacity. The stadium would also include 2 Wembley-style arches. It would cost £290 million to build. In the end, none of these options were decided upon, and an expansion of Anfield was planned. Liverpool was the final station on a tour of stadiums that have never been given the appearance presented in the designs you have seen. However, this doesn't have to be the end of our channel adventure. Remember, there's a new video waiting for you every week. See you there!